Hi, I'm Mark from Classic Technologies, and I was going to show you today how to install a monitor in the headrest for an Audi Q7. Here's one that I did already, and it came out very nice. And now that I worked all that out, I could show you on a video. So I have a company, Classic Technologies, where I make aftermarket fuse boxes for classic cars. This is it here. And I figured, there's a lot of different things I do. I could show you how to do them. So here's a headrest out of the Q7, and you start off and pull this little button, pop this button out of the headrest. Just unsnaps. So there's that. And then the next, you have to work the the headrest material out of this little fold area. And actually, the way I did it was using a pocket knife, which is actually not that sharp, but you work it all the way inside. You try not to cut, and then you just work this area out. Now, if you have a very, very sharp pocket knife, you might want to be a little bit more careful. A screwdriver just, doesn't get in there as well. But you take that out, drop the knife, and then there's these little areas on the ends. Pop that out. So if you work it all the way in and get behind this part, this has a little catch that, if you get behind it, you could push it, pull it out. So once you do that, then there's the top part, which you just pull out by hand. Now that you have that, you can pull out the headrest. So here's the headrest, here's the body, the plastic. There's another video that I watched where a person was putting a monitor in a headrest, and it was all foam. When I opened this up, this being plastic, you have a little different installation technique. So the first thing you do is you got to pop the monitor out of this its cage, and there's a little key for doing that. So it says insert the key. You have to pop that in, and it releases some tabs, and you have that up. You can pull that out, and the headrest is actually pretty pretty small for this, so it almost takes up the whole thing. But basically you're gonna cut from here all the way to here, this whole bottom part, and then up here, and so you can recess this box in there. So now I'm gonna go to the garage with my die grinder and cut all this out. So now I'm in my garage. Here's my workshop, and that's the car I'm working on, and building a harness for the Healy. So now what we need to do is scribe the headrest, kind of mark out the position, but do that with a razor blade. Just try and get some straight lines, give you a guide. You don't have to press hard. And in front. So fortunately I didn't turn on my compressor. Put on some glasses. And then go to it. So here's what the cutout looks like. So now we need an access hole for the wires from the monitor. And if you look inside here, behind all of this, if you pop out one of these little windows, you'll have a good spot for feeding the wires through to your power supply. So you just have to cut that. Please don't cut yourself. Okay, that popped up. Then so that popped up, and now I have a shot right through there. Okay, then put the cover back on the headrest. And we'll transfer, and actually cut the material, which once you do, there's no going back. Make sure you have it on there properly. Okay, so before when I did it, I laid it out, I used a white pencil and so forth. You can still do the same thing, but now you can kind of feel the edges. A little white mark that you left behind. Then take a sharp razor blade and you make an X pattern, but you don't go all the way to the corners. Okay, so then you feel for the edge where you cut out the plastic. You just start cutting the foam. Kids yelling in the background. That's nice. headrest. Okay. Alright, so a little bit of trimming. So now I'm going to do a couple things. I'm going to slice off a piece of this, and I'm going to tuck that. It's very thin over here, so the whole thing comes off. So I'll just stick that back under there when I'm setting everything up. But I got to take a couple tie wraps. You put 2 tie wraps together, like so. And then there's a pole in here, which is all the way on the end, which you run this through. You know, that pole is fixed. This other part in there, if I tuck these things in, this part moves. This makes the headrest go up and down. So you don't want to attach to that, but this part is fixed. So you can run the tie wraps through there. The ones I have are not long enough, so I have to put 2 together. Do that again. Do that. Run that through there. You know, and then put this frame in, and don't forget, this is the part that goes against the seat, so that has to go down first, and then you put this through it. So you can put that through there. Actually, I ran that, doesn't fit through those holes, so you run it through over here and put this thing through there. And just do that. And then get this thing through there. Now, actually, it might be a good idea before you do all that, you take this cord out and put that through the hole. Fish that in. It just comes through there like that. Work that through. Then stick a couple wires through. That through that hole that you made. Okay, coming out over there. The black wire gone. There we go. So you have this. Run that through. Okay. You got that. That. Now, work that foam into here. Get this thing situated down. Pull the tire out. You're gonna have to work that over there like that. Alright, tuck this in. That back in. That. So then take the screw gun. You have a screw. Flathead Phillips. That's that. Okay, that's nice and tight. That. Now, gotta work that in there. You can't have these little parts of the tie wraps showing, so you have to push those down. So that they will go into. I think that's tight enough. That worked out perfectly. Okay. To push that along, it's, you know, if you put the tie wraps on, you would want to have them, you know, kind of closer to the hole. The first time I did it, I was more careful. You always have to watch out with a screwdriver, so you can cut this off plenty tight. Push that down in. Good. So now I have that in there, and I will solder the wires from the monitor to the black and the red that I put in, and connect these two, and then put some tape around it so that it won't pull apart, and then I will shove it in that hole. And the next thing would be to connect these wires to you know, the 12-volt power supply for the car. But yeah, it's amazing that the Audi's, you know, it's a Q7, nice family car, and you want to take trips, and it's really difficult to get a video system so the kids can watch videos on a long trip. So anyway, hopefully that helped. I'll show you the, you know, where I connected all of this. Plus, I also installed an inverter in the car, so I can have a 110 outlet in the car, and with that, you can actually plug in a, you know, a Xbox or, you know, different video games if you want to really go crazy. But yeah, the inverter is great. It has, you know, it allows you to plug in your cell phones and charge them, much faster and not worry about if you're managing your power throughout the day. Alright, that's good. So then, okay, now I'll just tape up the connection so that when I pull on this, it doesn't come apart. Just a couple wraps. Jeez. Okay, so that's good. So all soldered up. Now pull these wires. Stuff that in there. You got a fuse already on the power wire, so just connect it to a circuit in the car and you should be good to go. Okay. Okay, we're in. Take the protective screen off now. Sure. Okay, that looks great. That was much quicker this time. So now I'm ready to feed the wires down through the back of the seat. And the big one is, first getting the video connector through. And if you just wedge something in there, you can pull that back far enough to get it to go down. Okay, so that's in. Feel for it and get that to come down. Maybe I'll stick the two power wires down there as well. Get through there, then reach up through inside the seat. Pull that through. Find the other wire. There. There's that one. This one. Okay. Alright, so I got that. Where is the green one? Let's feed that down eventually. There we go, there's the green one. Ow, need my thumb back. Alright. So we got that in there. So then we can drop the headrest in there. Now the seat's tilted back, so oops, alright. Get that to go up there. Get that to go around. Pull these items down. So now I got the connector in and all the connections are made. So I'll snap this back in. There we go. Alright, and this is the reaction you get from your kids.
What awesome! Where's that?
Well, we gotta hook up everything else and put the games in there, but...
Oh, it's so cool! No, I don't got no remote controller.
There's one for both.
This is awesome! It's a remote controller.